Becoming disabled is difficult for anyone to cope with, but when you've had a career as a world-class sportsman, that would be particularly upsetting. 46-year-old David Simpson won a silver medal for gymnastics at the 1986 Commonwealth Games. But a serious car accident in the early 1990s left him with life-changing injuries.
According to Mr. Simpson's claim, he was unable to walk, or virtually unable to walk. He could move 20 to 30 yards in 2 to 3 minutes, couldn't sit or stand for any period of time, and had a permanent limp. All this, according to him, as a result of a road traffic accident sustained back in 1990 or thereabouts.
David Simpson was awarded disability living allowance with a mobility component at the highest rate payable. His weekly benefits amounted to around £100. Of course, depending on your circumstances, there's nothing wrong with working and claiming disability living allowance. But after the National Benefit Fraud Hotline received a tip-off, the Department for Work and Pensions became suspicious that David Simpson's new choice of career was a little bit odd for somebody with such a severe back problem.
The tip-off was that he was performing a physical job that was inconsistent with his stated disability. We approached his employer and found out the type of work he was doing.
And when they heard back, they could barely believe what they were being told.
The initial inquiries show that what he was doing, a gym instructor and instructing children in gymnastic activities, wasn't consistent with someone who was virtually unable to walk.
I'll say, but it gets worse, because Mr. Simpson wasn't just a gym instructor. He had another rather lucrative source of income.
We found he was working as a children's entertainer, and then we decided we would conduct some surveillance.
And the surveillance team were in for a treat. Ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce you to David Simpson, otherwise known as Wavy Davy. Here he is in action. Nice outfit, by the way, and not much sign there of a limp or any restricted movement. Now for a spot of balloon modelling. Impressive dexterity for someone who claims they can't sit or stand for long. And having entertained his audience, it's time to pack up and head back to the car. Careful now, that box of tricks looks pretty heavy for someone with a bad back. All in all, a very active and energetic performance from Wavy Davy. Not what you would expect from a man on the highest rate of disability living allowance. Looks to me like the cat is out the bag. And our medical expert agrees.
This gentleman may well have had a road traffic accident and may well have been in pain at the time and had weakness in his right leg, but now he's walking around, striding around, moving from side to side, changing direction. There's no weakness in that right leg that's visible at all. Physically, he looks very strong. He looks like someone who does a lot of exercise and works out, really. Got broad shoulders, tight, firm-looking body, and the muscles around his bottom look very even and strong. And he's physically very able.